Chambon de pain de Thomas Carruthers.
J'ai William Leggetter. C'est moi.
That was all fake, obviously, but I did realise halfway through that I do know it's Je m'appelle Thomas Carruthers.
Oh, it's Je m'appelle. Christ.
This week we are entering our second week of.
It's just an accent now.
Yeah, no, not even attempting. The second week of now we're going full German. Yeah, the second week of Woody Allen and Woody Allen Fortesnackter. Fortesnacks. That's a classic. That'll stay in. We're entering our second week of Woody, and we are now entering into your domain, Will. With I mean, you've still not seen it before. But this is the reunion of one of your favourite film couples.
It is.
Owen Wilson and Rachel McAdams from the
Wedding
Crashers. Let's open with this. Who's a better couple? Is it Owen Wilson? We'll say in Wedding Crashers because obviously this one doesn't work out. But is Owen Wilson and Rachel McAdams in Wedding Crashers? Domhnall Gleeson and Rachel McAdams, Gosling and McAdams, or Michael Keaton and Rachel McAdams in Spotlight as a sort of mentor-mentee relationship.
I mean, I've got to give it to About Time.
Oh.
But then seeing Owen after The Charmer and really try his hardest in Wedding Crashers. Something nice about that.
Yeah,
especially in a comedic way.
Yeah, and then at the end she's into it. You know that she's got the closing line, hasn't she? Let's go, or whatever she says.
Yeah.
Let's try it. No, she says I'll be Ivanka Novikov, and you can be Michael Richardson or whatever. No, that's what. No, she says. We're a travelling troupe of musicians. I can't remember. Wedding Crashers is great, though. Well, this is Midnight in Paris. Will, what do you think of Midnight in Paris?
I mean, this is unbelievable. There's no city like this in the world.
You're in love with a fantasy.
I'm in love with you.
What are you doing here? Dad's here on business, and we just decided to reload the lawn. Oh.
That's great. We can spend some time together.
I think we have a lot of commitments, but I'm sure it's... Well,
what?
If I'm not mistaken, Rodin's work was influenced by his wife, Camille.
Rose was the wife.
No, he was never married to Rose.
I hope you're not going to be as antisocial tomorrow.
I'm not quite as taken with him as you are. I mean, he's a pseudo-intellectual.
Slightly more tannic than the 59. I prefer a smoky feeling. Carol and I are gonna go dancing.
Dancing?
We heard of a great place. Interested?
No.
Sure.
I don't want to be a killjoy, but I need to get a little fresh air.
This is my favourite Woody film.
I'm
going to get straight to the point.
You keep getting up and up and up, aren't you?
I don't know, Hannah and Sisters is good. I think it's still this, then Annie.
How many have we done now? We did Blue Jasmine as well.
Yeah, Blue Jasmine.
Yeah, I'll be very excited to see what your ranking is once we do all six.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay, so Midnight in Paris. Opening line. This is unbelievable. Very apt for what we're about to say.
Did you get in last night?
Not that late. Yeah, I'll probably end up going on another little hike tonight.
Where'd Gil run off to?
I've been walking around Paris.
Where do you think Gil goes every night?
He walks and gets ideas.
Why are you so dressed up?
I was just doing a little writing.
You dress up and put on cologne to write?
Because you know how I think better in the shower and I get the positive ions going in there?
I had a private detective follow him.
And what happened?
I don't know. The detective agency says the detective is missing.
I'm in a very perplexing situation.
YouTube commenters. Is that French for YouTube comment? How many movies does Rachel McAdams play that she's married dating to a time traveler? We've discussed this.
Hey.
Which ones haven't we done? Time Traveler's Wife.
Time Traveler's Wife.
And that's it, isn't it? Is it just those three?
No, it's not really a lot of films. It's just
no, it's just three.
It's funny.
Yeah. Every movie with Owen Wilson and it makes me think of Lightning McQueen. Even this? Even
Does he play Lightning McQueen?
Have you... What?
I've not seen any of the Cars movies.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's Lightning McQueen.
Oh, brilliant.
That's why the bumper's dinted, like...
like his nose.
No, it's
oh, wow.
not. You know, he plays it, yeah.
Very
it was
good.
interesting. It was like Night at the Museum meets Back to the Future with a slight romance novel, lol. I don't know how to word it, but it was definitely unique. That's a good word.
I've written Night at the Museum somewhere in my notes. I'm sure we'll get to that.
Yeah, it's very, yeah. When I was younger, I had my palm read, and the person told me that I would find the love of my dreams in Paris, France. I always wanted to go to Paris, France, but when she said that, I wanted to go more than ever. And then Thomas Rainbow, you should go. Naylor, when are you going? Food tastings. LMAO, palm reading is a scam. This poor woman is clinging to the hope that she will find love in Paris. Alas, oh, I've dropped my pen. Well, whilst I pick up my pen, Will, why don't you kick us off with your nominations for 10 Minute Stretch?
Yay. So I've got, what have I got? I've got
Got a jazz riff.
I'm scatting.
Let's scat the rest of the episode.
Get like a soft drum beat.
Bedroom Brody is the best part. Darling.
So I've got Owen's first travel back into time.
Yeah,
at the party and going into meeting Hemingway. It's the 1 midnight gone.
Yeah. What are the lines on the first midnight gone?
So it's 1 midnight gone. A slotted spoon doesn't hold much soup. That's it.
What if I wrote 10 random lines and gave them to James? Oh no, James wrote the book, didn't he? So
he did.
They'll probably be. Or no, because they're quite lyrical. So who knows? Who knows who wrote those books?
No, because you've got like the
and how to get back and eat first.
Yes.
Oh.
You're a born Rapunzel. Wonderful show. One of my favourite musicals. But alas, we've also got Owen just walking along the Seine and talking to people. He goes to the nice record store and he reads the book on the bench. Very reminiscent of Annie Hall.
Yes, and he meets Lea Seydoux.
He does.
Of Spectre.
James.
Yeah, of Spectre fame.
I think she's in the new one as well, isn't she?
She is in the new one.
Because it's pretty much Kramer versus Kramer as advertised.
I would that bit where he walks around the corner is a bit cringy.
Yeah.
What is it? By the time that this comes out, we will have watched it, and it may be the greatest film ever made. Or the worst.
You've got him walking around the corner.
Yeah. I'm not going to lose control.
And then you've got Chris Waltz's voice going, "It's James." I don't know what that was.
That was like Voldemort meets Timothy Spall. Yeah. James, she'll break your heart, James. She's the one thing you can't have, James. Yeah.
And then
that must have been a Phoebe Waller-Bridge. That must have been a Phoebe Waller-Bridge line.
Owen stealing the present, sneaking into the room, and then that bit where he then runs back into the bathroom, and just the whole time in the foreground, you've got the Doctor and
Fiddling and
great.
I found now. I don't know what that was. No, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing James Stewart.
You are doing Jimmy Stewart.
I couldn't remember what I was doing, and then I was like, "Oh no, I'm fully doing. Oh, you're pecking nanny building alone."
And then for my last nominee, I've got the final 10 minutes going from Kathy saying it's a wonderful book, saying, "Oh, what about your relationship?" Him going, "Oh no, Ernest Hemingway is like Jeremy Kyle." And then he goes back and shouts at Rachel, and she's all sad. And then he makes the worst mistake of his life, which we'll get to later on, I'm sure. And then he meets Leah again on the bridge and probably consummates.
Yes. What a lovely, because he's gone full circle. He shouldn't live in the past. It strikes midnight, but he doesn't.
That's a great message. Don't live in the past. Thank you, Woody.
Thank you, Woody. Yeah. He's just great.
Especially Woody. Woody should not live in the past.
No. No, he doesn't. The memoir. You know what was really funny about the memoir? Was that it was 250 pages, and it was like the fun old days, and it was great. And it was like, I used to write jokes with Mel Brooks and, all the 50s stand-up. And then obviously those early movies, Diane Keaton, his love affair with her, his early marriage to Louise Lasser. And then he meets Mia Farrow, and it's like, then it becomes a court transcript. It's like, this is why everything she says is wrong. and then the rest of the book is sort of deflated. And it's like, Match Point was fun. I enjoyed working with Scarlett Johansson. It just feels like it's like, oh, it's so sad. Anyway, yes, I have First Midnight. I have the closing 10, and then I sort of doubled down. I've put Back Again as a. I guess you sort of put it in the end 10, but that sort of going back, back again, again, and then that great little cutaway gag of the missing detective in
that's great.
Versailles, France, or whatever. Where is he? And yes, and then he runs away. Lovely little throwback gag. That's what my favourite thing about all the Woody's serious movies. Not necessarily Interiors, which is just depressing, wonderful, but just dour. Is that it doesn't matter what the movie is, he'll throw in. Like Crimes and Misdemeanors, we're going to be talking about the existence of faith in an immoral world. We're going to be talking about guilt and the values of a human being, relationships and adultery. And then we're going to talk about the scene with his sister, which is just pure slapstick, fart humor. And that's what puts him above every other writer director for me. Back again with Narayan. Yes, lovely stuff. Tom Swidler's specific favourite parts of the film. I love my it's kind of Nicolas Cage. It's definitely not Owen Wilson, but we don't know what it is yet, so we'll find out as we go. And it's like, my old teacher, he James Joyce.
Another plant.
Oh, great. Rose. Another plant. How to get burned. But anyway, I'm spitting on my notebook. Yes, no, when he's going, my old teacher, he saw James Joyce, and then Rachel McAdams was going, oh, that's the end of the story? Oh, right, okay. And he's back to Michael Sheen. I read the biography on Rodin. Michael Sheen, good God, in this film. Evil.
You want to... What? Yeah. But then again...
him. He's a piece of work. Oh,
he's not the funny little Welshman he usually is he?
The Welsh. It is weird, isn't it? How literally one person has turned me against liking the Welsh.
An entire nation.
And I'm not talking about Tom Jones. Yeah,
Shirley.
I have like my 5 people. I'm like Shirley Bassey, Tom Jones, Richard Payne, Anthony Hopkins, and Zeta Jones. and because of one shithead, I don't like the rest of the Welsh.
You sound like Rob Brydon in The Trip when he's trying to justify why Wales is better.
Michael Sheen. He was from his little town, wasn't he? That's what
he was from Port Holden, is it?
Oh, Summit.
One of them.
Yeah, no, yeah. But enough about my hatred of the Welsh. It's more of my little specific parts. Meeting the Fitzgeralds.
Yes.
It's lovely.
And it's Loki.
It's Loki. It's Tom Hiddleston. That I love that initial slow realization that he's listening to Cole Porter. He looks a bit like Cole Porter. Let's do it. I love Cole Porter. I do. It's good stuff. Meeting Gertrude Stein. I forgot to tell you that Kathy Bates was in this too, didn't I?
You did, and it was a great surprise.
Oh, Kathy Bates is always a wonderful surprise. I just love that great smash cut gag of, well, one thing's to say, he doesn't go dancing, and then cut to the Charleston.
I've got that in one of my best lines.
It is a dream. It is a dreamer's move. Like I don't know what the term would be, but it is like, oh, that would be great.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll do it now, Tom.
Yes.
This is I've actually because of this film had to rearrange my top 10.
Midnight in Paris is in your top 10 now.
Yes.
Oh, at number 6. Oh my goodness. Oh my good. And we've got directors as well. Oh my god. What a lovely surprise. Oh, I mean, could have given it a bit of space. There we are. Yeah, I'll just add it.
Sorry.
Nauseating. And Mike Nichols has got in there. This is wonderful.
Yeah, I was disappointed that Spielberg happened to be on the top because I thought it's just too mainstream. But a lot of my favourite films are directed by him, so there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm glad Zemeckis and Burton made the other top 3.
You're damn right. Because
that's very me. I'm a very Zemeckis man.
I'm very, I won't say outspoken. The CGI Zemeckis films, I'm not a big fan of. I never have been really. I mean, I really don't like Polar Express. I know that that's your top Christmas movie. But I liked Beowulf. I really like Beowulf. But apart from that, I just can't go. I can't go for that. No can do. Great, Hall & Oates. How can we do an episode about Hall & Oates? I don't know how, but I will make it so. So, So, okay, so for those of you not in the know, why don't you inform us, Will, of your top 10? Of your rearranged top 10?
My rearrangement. So, right. So I think the beginning's pretty much the same. So from number 1 to 10, we've got Back to the Future at the top spot, Hot Fuzz, Skyfall, Sherlock Holmes, The Game of Shadows, About Time, Midnight in Paris, Ratatouille, Paddington 2, When Harry Met Sally, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There you go.
Great choices. I thought you said that you preferred the first Sherlock.
I prefer the second. We talked about how because we like Moriarty.
We love Jared Harris. And just you, Will, Mad Men, you're gonna love it.
Well, I hear Mad Men's directed by Mike Nichols.
You'd be wrong.
It's just a test. It was a test.
But the opening actually of season 7. Because Mike Nichols is a huge influence on the show, is in memoriam to Mike Nichols, and this is the only
must have
time.
Been it.
Yeah,
that's how it's Mike Nichols into the Google, and Mad Men came up. And I thought,
in memoriam, because I mean, it was a huge influence. The opening of season 7 is very reminiscent of the opening of The Graduate. This is wonderful stuff. We might have to do a separate bonus episode, Will, where we talk about this list of directors.
Oh, excellent. Well, I'm waiting for you to fill yours in.
I didn't know I had to fill. I didn't know. It won't take long. I can assure you that.
You're always pissed.
This is a real throwback episode.
Right.
I love Hemingway smashing a glass and going, "Who wants a fight?"
I've got that. After just downing a bottle of red.
Very, very reminiscent. I won't say I model myself on Ernest Hemingway.
Ernest Hemingway.
Because he was trying to quell deep PTSD from World War II. But I like red and I write. So there we go. That whole Dali scene.
Oh, I've got that. Yep. Adrian. We love Adrian.
We love Adrian Brody. Show stealer, but we'll get to that later. As talked about earlier in that excellent, slapstick necklace scene. I love music cuts, family at the door, because it's going to happen. It's like the shark in Jaws. You know he's going to open the door. But when it does,
and the shark's going to be there.
It's Ben Gardner's head without the eye. Best eye acting in the world is Charlotte Rampling in 45 Years when she's doing all of it. I'm depressed. And then Richard Dreyfuss with his scuba goggles on, where he sees Ben Gardner's head and he goes.
And John in Baby Bonnie's in Bed.
Everybody watch. You know what the best foot acting is? When John wasn't there on the second day, and we had to use a very small woman's legs and feet, and then say that they were a John, very tall man. Different shoes, nobody noticed.
This is, of course, Rodin's most famous statue. A cast of this work was placed next to his tomb. Rodin wished for it to serve as his headstone and epitaph.
Is that true? It would be in Meudon. He died of the flu, if I'm not mistaken, in 1917, I believe.
That's very good, sir.
He's so knowledgeable, isn't he?
Yeah. So much of Rodin's work was influenced by his wife, Camille.
Yes, she was an influence, though Camille was not the wife, but his mistress.
Camille? No.
Yes. Yes, Rose was the wife.
No, he was never married to Rose.
Yes, he did marry Rose in the last year of their lives.
I think you're mistaken.
Are you arguing with the guide?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, no, I'm certain, monsieur.
Yeah, actually, she's right. I recently read a 2-volume biography on Rodin, and Rose was definitely the wife, Camille the mistress.
You read that?
Yeah,
where did you read
I
that?
just read. I was surprised because I mistakenly thought, like you, that it was, the other way around. It's an easy mistake.
So tonight, Dad invited you guys for a wine tasting.
Oh, it'll be so fun.
Yeah.
Paul is an expert on French wine.
Yeah. I love the insanity of the line, "Oh, everybody's down on Moonstone all of a sudden." And Hemingway's note of, "I don't believe that the character doesn't realise that his wife's having an affair." Just a lovely way.
It's great. And then it's called denial.
Yeah. It's a great, I don't know whether it's necessarily exposition, but it's just a wonderful way to get to that.
Very good.
To get to that plot point. Will's more general favourite parts of the film.
Here we go. I love that the dialogue starts while we're still right at the beginning of the credits. Wonderful.
After we've seen that lovely montage of Paris.
That's in one of my best single minutes. I just love a montage of, I love French music.
And how it's also in the rain. And we see a whole day.
Yes.
I don't like...
Yeah, that's what I said. It's almost like a journey through Paris.
It's
wonderful.
It's not just, what do you call it, just a single minute of just lovely, beautiful shots. It's a day.
All it's missing is a bit of Charles. A bit of, I don't know, La Mer.
He didn't do La Mer.
Did he not?
Julio Iglesias.
Oh, I do apologise.
La Mer. Charles Aznavour did She May Be the Face I Can't Forget. It
From
was
Notting
a
Hill.
pleasure or regret. No, who did it in 9L?
Elvis.
Costello, yes.
Oh, okay.
Wait, was that an actual guess of Elvis Presley?
It was.
Really?
I'm sorry.
What's with all these weird twists of fate? You did know Owen Wilson was Lightning McQueen. That is frightening. Yeah, no, it's Elvis Costello.
Some do say I am the chosen one. I've got Michael creepily standing at the restaurant when he just appears and he's like, hello.
Hello.
I love it when Michael takes over the tour and he's arguing with the tour guide. I just want to slap him. I put Owen turning into Woody when he meets Ernest Hemingway. He slowly, you see, he starts, when he says, I can take you to meet, he's like, oh, he becomes full Woody.
Woody, I think, is obviously fulfilling a fantasy, and he did get quite close because his love interest in the movie Manhattan is played by Muriel Hemingway, who is the granddaughter of Ernest Hemingway. And so they had a little bit of a brief thing, and he got to go and see all the old houses and stuff. So I'm sure he liked Muriel, but I think he, like Titanic, when she's like, "You're in love with this girl," and he goes, "Just her hands." I think it's, "You're in love with this girl, just her granddad." As you were. Instead of as you were, I'm going to say Aznavour this episode.
Thank you.
Charles Aznavour.
Aznavour. What a man. We've got the transition into the present day, the laundrette. I like that when he turns around. So it's like,
again, you know it's going to come, but when it comes, it's great.
It's very good. It's very smooth.
Nobody edit that clip. Take that.
Out of context, it's the greatest.
You know it's going to come, and when it comes, it's great.
I've got Owen talking to himself in bed with his eyes very, very wide
very
open.
Wide open. Looks like Emma Stone.
Stoned.
Hey.
Oh, bit of wordplay there.
One love. Tell me about the children.
And then Ernest. Oh, I've got Downing the Red. Adrian Brody, when you just see the first time you see him is when his cane just slowly comes on shot. And he's like, hey. It's great. And I've got the rain on the bridge at the end.
Yes.
Oh.
And I like working in the red. Really? Wow. Wait, we should be proud of ourselves, Will. We're half an hour in and we haven't done a single wow.
I've actually got that many times in my favourite line.
Wow.
I was going to say it.
Wow. Wow. Oscar travesty. He got nominated for director. He got nominated for best picture. This was when they upped it to 9, the worst decision ever made at the Oscars. And now they're really doubling down. So basically, when they changed it, they were like, there'll always be between 8 and 10 nominees. And now they're saying there will always be 10. So instead of, it's just a cheap way to get around diversity. Because that's what they've said.
5.
They've said they want to diversify the nominations. You're not diversifying. That's like saying diversifying the population. We would diversify the population of our country and have more Chinese people if we included the population of China. That's what you're doing by making it 10 nominations.
It's more films, like every film needs to be diverse before.
Yeah.
We need more diversity in every film rather than picking other films that are in themselves diverse.
I've always said this when it comes to the, Oscars so white and all that.
Yeah.
Is the problem's not the Oscars. Every time it's Oscars so white, I go, okay then, let's talk about which black directors, which black actors we would have nominated. The fish stinks at the head. You can't nominate great black directors if they're not directing the films. That's it. That's it, really. At the end of the day, I don't blame the Oscars.
We need to tackle the issue from the beginning.
Yeah, the fish
rather
sticks to the head.
Yeah.
Have you never heard that?
I've not. It's a please never repeat it. It's quite repulsive.
Oh, famous. That's a famous.
What about
one.
the river stems from the one of them?
Ah. This was the year of the artist. Oui, oui, Paris. Michael Havanasanoshes. Jean Dujardin. Do we like the artist, Will? I think
I've not seen it.
I think you'd really like the artist.
All I know from the artist is a very famous dog came out of that.
Yes,
Everyone
it
was
was
on
dead
about the dog.
now. The dog died, didn't it?
Oh, that's very. I just think you've had to comply with me with him at the window.
Yeah,
Dog's
your
dead.
dog is dead. Right. If we were cutting this down,
Yeah. Tree of Life can go.
do you not like Tree of Life?
I've never seen it.
No.
I adore Warhorse. That's got to stay in. Makes me cry.
We can get rid of Hugo. We can get rid of the Help.
No, you can't get rid of Hugo.
We can definitely get rid of Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. One of the worst films I've seen in a very long time. When I say, like, genuinely very, very bad. Just a very bad movie.
We'll keep The Artist's Descendants.
Yeah.
Midnight in
Moneyball.
Paris. Moneyball.
Add Moneyball. Keep Moneyball.
Yeah.
And,
so we got one more, because we're going to do 5.
Add Tinker
Warhorse,
Tailor.
please.
Okay, fine. I'll give you Warhorse.
Thank you.
Well, no, the conventional wisdom nowadays is that the 5 Best Picture nominees are actually the 5 directors. So that'd probably be your 5. And I guess that, I don't actually mind that. I prefer Moneyball in there than Hugo.
Do you like books? I like books.
Bad. But Woody did win. Ooh.
Hey!
For screenplay. It was tight between him and Wig and Mumolo for Bridesmaids.
Right. It's an exceptionally good film.
I love Bridesmaids. My biggest problem with Bridesmaids, and it's very pernickety. I don't think it needs to be 2 hours. I think it needs at least 20 minutes trimmed. It's a victim of the Judd Apatow system of, too long. A comedy should not be over 2 hours if it's just a straight comedy.
It becomes hit or miss, and you just want it full of hits.
Yeah. Anyway, other. I don't think it. Where are we? Yeah, no nominations for performances. What if we were to nominate? I mean, the biggest Oscar travesty, and we'll get to it when we do Go with the Dragon Tattoo. Jesus Christ, over Meryl pissing Streep in The Iron Lady. Get a grip. Give Rooney Mara a goddamn award already. Anyway, but we'll get to that when we do that. But in regards to Midnight in Paris, do we have any nominations that we'd give? I could see Corey Stoll as Ernest Hemingway for support.
Yeah, I would say that.
I don't know if Owen's very good as a charismatic romantic lead. I don't know if it's best actor quality.
No.
And I don't know if it's Marion.
I think that's it
for supporting. I'd give a nice nomination to Corey, but I would still let Christopher Plummer win for his exceptional work in Beginners.
Oh,
lovely film.
Oh,
lovely film.
What's the Branagh? I didn't look at supporting actor.
He for My Week with Marilyn as Olivier.
Oh, I've not seen that. Not seen it.
It's all right. It's a fine film. And yes, best film editing. Yeah, you're goddamn right. Go the Dragon Tattoo. Oh, just so good. What a film. What's the better old age Paris movie for set and art direction? Well, Hugo or Midnight in Paris?
I'm gonna say Hugo.
Yeah.
I just love train stations and steam, and it's almost verging on steampunk.
I love trains.
I like trains.
Don't call me J-Dog. I like trains. Which leads us, Will, into Will's favourite building or set. Rather aptly. Not for Hugo.
Thank you.
for Midnight in Paris this week.
Well, the opening shot in itself was very reminiscent of when I went to Paris. And it makes me all happy. Yes, I went in, I think 2014, I want to say.
I was, I think, is this another so close, so far situation? I think I was there.
I was, on a school trip.
What year were you in? What year was it?
I was in, I'm going to go into the depths of Facebook.
I think I was year 8. I think I was year 8. Year 8 Paris trip.
I was year 8.
I don't remember the months.
And it was around about, it was like the last couple of weeks of term. Before the summer holidays.
Yeah, that's probably about right. I bet you.
We probably saw each other in Paris. Did you write your name on the padlock and put it on the Now You See Me bridge?
No, we did. We took a boat along the Seine.
Yes, we did that. We didn't do Eiffel Tower. Instead, we did the tallest building in Paris.
Yes. What if this is like Sleepless in Seattle, Will? We could have been there. We could have been like Megan Tom. I left my bag. I don't know why my impression of the child is so angry. I left my bag.
One of my favourite days, we went to Parc Asterix, which is the Asterix theme park. And it's wonderful.
No, we went to...
You would have gone to Disney, wouldn't you?
We went to Disney, yeah. You're goddamn right we did. And I was like, is it a park hopper ticket? Can we do a park hopper and have the morning at Hollywood Studios? Because I'm obviously Disney fan. Psyched out. I was like, well, if we do Hollywood Studios, then we can do Tower of Terror, obviously, and Rock and Roller Coaster, Muppet Vision. Is Muppet Vision in Disneyland?
I've never been to Disney, ever. None of them. Never been taken to Disney. So my kids will be forced into going to Disneyland from a very young age.
I think 2 is a little young, Will. They won't remember it. I don't care. Because I was for the Muppet.
They can't go on any of the rides.
Well, I am. You just have to do kid swap. We are now planning for a full future where you have a wife and multiple children. No, yeah, you do kid swap, don't you? So
I think I would trust you with my kids.
Oh, we're going.
All right.
I'm going as fun Uncle Tom. No, because I'm on the ride. No, you do kid swap because Isabel was obviously a little bitch, and she was like, "There we go, things." So what you do is you queue all together, and then Isabel goes into a little room, and then so I used to go on twice, and so basically my mum would go on with me, and then they'd swap with my dad, so that because obviously Isabel can't be left alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, kid swap's good. So if anything, do go when you've got a kid that's too young, but bring the older kid. So then make that little kid the best holiday in the world.
But back to my favourite building. Yes, it's one of the days when I went to Paris. We visited the Palace of Versailles. Wonderful place. And
is that
the
the Missing Detective?
In particular.
Is that where the Missing Detective is?
Yes, absolutely. I had a lovely ice cream, lovely walk around the gardens, and it's a beautiful building. Yes, and I think I took a funny picture because there's lots of paintings because of all the people that lived there and the noble men and women. And one of the women was called Tony. And at a young age, I found that hilarious, not realising Tony was also a lady's name.
Tony Collette.
The lady called Tony. That became the thing I showed everyone when I came back. Did you enjoy Paris? Yeah, I saw a lady called Tony. I had a lower voice as a child than I do now.
Very, very deep child. Best single minute. Oh, have you got more buildings?
No.
Best single minute.
I restricted myself to one.
I'll kick us off. That initial dinner with the family and Sheen coming over, and you can just smell trouble. Specifically, that first meeting of Hemingway. Showing Rachel, where he takes Rachel and he's like, "Arr." I've
got that written down. And then the clock strikes, and it's like, wow.
The best part of the entire film, without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest 50 seconds of Owen Wilson's career, the Picasso speech where he corrects Sheen, and he's like, well, actually, Adriana was the came here to be a costume designer, if I'm correct. And what you really don't get from this painting is that he was just knocked out by what a volcano she was in the sack. And
then he just walks off. It's great.
Biggest mic drop in movie history. Your nominations for single minute, William?
I've got the opening shots. I've got Showing Rachel. The antique store, when he hears the song playing. I love an antique store.
Oh, does it?
Or a charity shop. The art gallery. Meeting Darley.
And the surrealists.
Yes.
The wonderful surrealists. You got me Bunwell.
He's like, I'm from the future, and they're just like, yeah, you are from two worlds. It is very true.
And then later he gives him the idea for what's the pissing film called? The Exterminating Angel or something. Yeah.
Do you like the shape of the rhinoceros?
I see a rhinoceros. I see a book. I see a film. I see a rhinoceros. Really goes through, no holding back on the accent.
I'm sure Salvador Dali was Spanish. I'm gonna look this up now.
Now, here's a superb Picasso. If I'm not mistaken, he painted this marvelous portrait of his French mistress, Madeleine Brissot, in the 20s.
But Paul, I'm going to have to differ with you on this one.
Really?
Gil, just pay attention. You might learn something.
Okay, well, if I'm not mistaken, this was a failed attempt to capture a young French girl named Adriana from Bordeaux, if my art history serves me, who came to Paris to study costume design for the theater. And I'm pretty sure she had an affair with Modigliani, then Braque, which is how Pablo met her, Picasso. Of course, what you don't get from this portrait is the subtlety in her beauty. She was just a knockout.
What have you been smoking?
So I'd hardly call this picture marvelous. It's more of a petite bourgeois statement on how Pablo Caesar saw her. He's distracted by the fact that she was an absolute volcano in the sack.
I don't know. That does Salvador.
Yes, he was Spanish. So that's the change. Do your research.
No, it's not the change. Did they live in Paris? They
probably.
Just because he was born in Spain doesn't mean he didn't live most of his life.
Maybe they just found Adrian Brody on set and thought, oh, come and do Salvador. Come and do Salvador. What is it? Oh, it's a film set in Paris. Okay. Do you mind if I bring my cane with me?
He was in the middle of doing The Pianist, and he really needed a light-hearted break before he cracked. It was like, I've just played the piano and cried for 4 hours. Who did he famously kiss, Will, when he won his Oscar?
Roman Polanski.
No, it was Halle Berry. You couldn't kiss Roman because Roman's never come back to America since '72 because he raped that girl.
He's been
expedited.
He did Tans the Vampire.
Yeah, he did. Tans the Vampire. We very nearly went to go watch a Roman Polanski directed musical, all in German, with some pop songs. They had Total Eclipse of the Heart in
what
there.
we didn't realise, it's a jukebox musical. Yeah. It's an 80s jukebox rip-off of Phantom.
Tans the Vampire.
It would have been right up our street.
what was it? Previous guest Lucy was fraternizing or something with it.
I think her cousin
that
is
was
in
it.
it. Is in it. Yeah.
He's the vampire stands.
No,
the
he's
vampire.
Tans.
Do you have any other single minutes, Rob? Do you have any single minutes? We haven't done any of yours yet, have we?
I've just, for the last 10 minutes, gone through all of my single minutes.
Oh, well, there we go. Let's do some quotes. Would you read it? Your novel? Yeah, it's about 400 pages long, and if I'm just looking for an opinion, my opinion is I hate it. Well, you haven't even read it yet. If it's bad, I'll hate it because I hate bad writing. And if it's good, I'll be envious and hate you all the more. You don't want the opinion of another writer. Good advice. I believe that love is true and real, creates a respite from death. All cowardice comes from not loving or not loving well, which is the same thing. And then the man who is brave and true looks death squarely in the face, like some rhino hunters I know, or Belmonte, who is truly brave. Beautiful stuff. It's the great writer who can actually write this stuff and make it sound like it's actually Ernest Hemingway's prose. It takes big balls to go, I can write an Ernest Hemingway paragraph. That's what the present is. It's a little unsatisfying because life is unsatisfying. True. Picasso only thinks that women are to sleep with or to paint. You're in love with a fantasy. I'm in love with you. You do think that Rachel McAdams is a fantasy, don't you?
No.
No. You can fool me, but you cannot fool Ernest Hemingway. I'm having trouble because I'm a Hollywood hack who never gave real literature a shot. Any other lines, Will?
I've never heard of Valium. What is that? It's the pill of the future. And then when they're out just before Hemingway threatens a fight, he's like, "Oh, have you ever been hunting? Yes, for bargains." I like that.
Yes, and he's won everybody over. Everyone's laughing. It's like, right, Gil Pender, the man, the guy. Anything else?
That's me. Like, oh, yes. Wow.
I've got a few changes actually.
Have you?
Yeah. Do you have any changes before we get to me?
Don't leave Rachel McAdams.
Is that your? Oh, I thought you were going to say the biggest mistake of his life is not staying with Marion Cotillard.
Oh no, the biggest mistake of his life is trying it on with her. Don't stay away from her. As soon as what do you think of her? And he look. Oh no, because now you've got Rachel McAdams waiting for you at home, ready to be married.
Yeah, but she's gagging for Sheen. It's the name of my biography.
Yeah. We can get rid of Sheen. You
can't get rid of Sheen.
It can use this enriching experience in the past, learning from the best, in order to charm the pants up.
No,
like
because whilst he's
in the art gallery.
No, because whilst he's doing all of that, she's going off with Michael Sheen. This is the exact opposite of the About Time conversation. You're going purely off looks and ignoring the fact that in this movie they're just not. Actually, no, because I'm still right about Margot Robbie in About Time, because it's not just looks with Margot Robbie. It's like the woman's an angel. I don't understand. She's charming and lovely and funny, and she's a great actress, so you wouldn't have to lie to her. What a woman. Well, where do you sit on Leah Seydoux then?
That's fine.
She's fine. Okay. Have you watched Blue is the Warmest Colour?
I haven't.
It's okay. A lot of eating. Far too much. And for all you perverts out there who think I'm talking about the eating during the 15-minute sex scenes, I'm actually talking about when they're eating pasta for the other 50 bloody minutes of the film.
I think that says a lot about you, Tom, because no one was thinking that.
Nobody's listening.
Very true.
Nobody's listening. I'm going mad. I think the affair's thrown away a little bit. She sort of goes, yeah, so what? I have been seeing him. It's like, I want a bit... I want a bit of exposition. I want...
I'd be happy. That's a change.
I've had sex with him. I want that.
I'd be happier if that scene was slightly longer.
Yeah. I want her to actually say, because from what she says, Yeah, I've been with him.
Of the future.
You never said you were getting married.
Yeah, I am, it's still a ways in the future.
Well, good luck with your book.
Thank you.
And your wedding.
Yes, thanks, yeah. I think you'd like Inez. She has a very sharp sense of humor and attractive. And which isn't to say that we agree on everything, but...
But the important things.
Yeah, or, actually, maybe the small things. Sometimes there's a little bit of a disconnect with the big things. With, she wants to live in Malibu and wants me to work in Hollywood. And, but I will say that we both like Indian food. Not all Indian food, but the pita bread. We both like pita bread. I guess it's called naan.
I should go. Pablo will be missing me.
Okay, well, I'll walk you home.
No. Just finish your drink. I live just around the corner.
No, come on, I'm not gonna...
Well, I prefer to be by myself for a while, but thank you for the evening.
You could look over a bit of dancing if you're off gallivanting with Marion Cotillard.
That's the thing. She thinks he's having a big affair just because he disappears off at midnight all the time.
Yeah.
He's not. I mean...
He wishes he could.
He wishes he could. But that's in the past. And she doesn't exist in the future. So technically, he's allowed.
She's just dead. Yeah.
She is. I thought that was going to be the twist. I thought her granddaughter
like nice at the museum too. That he was going to come out and then it'd be a woman who looks just like Amy Adams. Yeah. Obviously, not Amy Adams. That'd be a different film.
No, I thought Leah was going to be her granddaughter.
My grandmother. She
told me about someone like you.
She said he was a floppy-haired blonde boy with a weird nose who was in Yumi and Dupree. I don't know why they've seen Yumi and Dupree in this universe. I think The Diary is a bit corny. I think he could have just thought of something a little bit better, maybe. Come on, Woody. Bad Kiss with Owen and Marion, yeah.
Yes. Better Kiss in the very opening shot on the bridge with Rachel and Owen. Lovely kiss, which
Lovely
means
couple.
that's true love. Lovely couple. Stay with her.
Lovely couple when they come in after that long first day and she's just laying on the bed.
And she's laying on the bed, yeah.
Lovely. I think that's we'll get to this in Tom's big question. Better montage. I know we've just talked about how wonderful the montage is. You haven't seen Manhattan yet, but Manhattan opens with the greatest montage of establishing shots ever put to film. And so you are sort of dealing with your own legacy, but any montage that's against that, you're going to suffer. And when you see Manhattan, you'll go, yeah, okay. It's a tough act to follow. What's left from Will's notes? Anything?
I've got a few things.
Shoot.
I've got the can dancers.
Mm.
And when they're running past him and he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
I like that. I like breakfast in bed. Breakfast in bed. Like that the side table, and it's got a massive spread. I want to wake up to that every morning.
Oh, you're talking about Rachel McAdams on the breakfast. Yes. Yeah, no, I completely agree. There's nothing wrong with breakfast in bed. It's marvellous. And I wish, yeah. Hopefully one day I'm not the maker. But actually, I enjoy being the maker just as much.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, it's because I enjoy cooking, though. We both enjoy cooking.
And,
So
and the great satisfaction of that kiss.
Yeah, the payoff.
It's like, oh, thank you.
Oh, you get kisses. That's nice.
Oh, Willie, you filth. Jesus. That comes later. You just what you want them to throw the breakfast away. Come here. What about the breakfast? I don't care. But a few fun facts. Tom Hiddleston received a letter from Woody Allen along with 15 pages of the script offering him the role of F. Scott Fitzgerald. It was 3 sentences long. Dear Tom, I'm making a movie in Paris this summer. I attached some pages. I'd love for you to play the role of Scott. Hiddleston now has the letter framed and hanging up in his home office.
You would, though, wouldn't you? You'd frame it.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
If Woody sent you a letter, would you frame it?
I would frame it, kiss it, never wash the hand that opens the envelope.
That's like me with my Sir Ian McKellen painting that he signed.
I just have a signed picture of Earl Carpenter from when I went to watch Phantom when I was a child, which is great, but it's not Woody Allen. Due to Woody Allen's, maybe this is the best fun fact ever, by the way. Due to Woody Allen's habit of only giving actors the script pages concerning their characters, Tom Hiddleston was unaware of the film's time travel storyline until he met Owen Wilson on set and asked him why he wasn't wearing period-accurate clothing.
That's great. Does he do that? Does he not give...
Yeah.
It's what the Avengers people do. It's what they did in Endgame, and it was all really cool.
You look lost.
Oh, yeah. You're an American?
If you count Alabama as America, which I do. I'm Mr. Bathtub Gin. What do you do?
Me, I'm a writer.
What do you write?
Oh, right now I'm working on a novel.
Oh, yes? I'm Zelda, by the way.
All right.
Oh, Scott?
Yeah.
Scott!
Yes,
come
what
over
is
here.
it, sweetheart?
Here's a writer from,
a
where?
writer.
California.
Scott Fitzgerald. And who are you, old sport?
Gil... The same names as...
As what?
You know, Scott Fitzgerald and...
Scott and Zelda Fitzgerald, the Fitzgeralds. Isn't she beautiful?
Yes. Yeah, it's a coincidence. It's like a...
You have a glazed look in your eye. Stunned, stupefied, anesthetized, lobotomized.
No, I keep looking at the man playing piano, and I, believe it or not, recognize his face from some old sheet music.
Yeah. Shame about the script. When Woody Allen had enough money to shoot the movie in 2010, he contacted his preferred cast, but many were working on different projects and couldn't commit. When Owen Wilson's name came up for the leading role, Allen rewrote the character to fit. Are you ready for this one, Will? I didn't know this. Rachel McAdams and Michael Sheen began an off-screen romance during the filming of this movie. Now, I forgot to check this up. Is this still going on? Let's have a Google. Rachel McAdams.
This is heartbreaking.
It's not heartbreaking, Will.
It
You're in a
is.
relationship.
For Owen. No, for Owen.
Oh. No, she's... no, it didn't last. Personal life. I don't care about Spotlight and Beyond, but what a great title for a Wikipedia article. As of 2018, she divides her time between Toronto and Los Angeles. She's had a partner in Jamie Linden since 2006, and they have a son. And he wrote Dear John.
What, the Taylor Swift song?
No, the
movie. Yeah.
Oh, I presume the song was for the movie? No, it wasn't.
No.
Yeah, the music, yeah. I don't know. Why am I looking at pissing Dear John? Why am I looking at the soundtrack?
Oh, it's the Amanda Seyfried one.
The Amanda Seyfried, Channing Tatum, when he goes to war. Going to war, George. Apparently, Cary Grant almost came out of retirement in the 70s to make the film when the script was at a very early stage. He was very keen to work with
Dear
Allen.
John.
I want to be in him. That's more James Mason. I'm going to Dear John's battle. That was very sporting of you, a real bullet. He was very keen to work with Allen and even visited Michael's pub unannounced, where Allen would play the clarinet every Monday night to discuss the role. Did you know that Woody still plays his clarinet every Monday night at the Carlisle Hotel?
Like Squidward.
Just like Squidward.
Some say they modelled the character Squidward.
Of Woody Allen.
Of Woody Allen.
Other way around, not the character of
They
Woody
modelled
Allen.
Woody Allen from Squidward.
Can you guess the 2 Oscar nominees in the film? Nominees, never won.
I'm gonna say Tom.
Nope.
No, sorry. I'm gonna say Owen. Has Owen been nominated?
Owen Wilson and Rachel McAdams are the 2 nominees. Can you get the 3 winners? This is easier.
Adrian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kathy.
Yeah.
And
non, je ne regrette rien. Non, je ne regrette rien.
Okay.
Marion Cotillard for playing Edith Piaf, where she sang "Non, je ne regrette rien." What do you think I'm doing? Just for the fun of it.
You were just some fill-in music.
Which is why it's interesting, and it gets played in Inception because she's in.
Oh, but is it the version that she sings?
No,
that might be.
No, it's the Edith Piaf.
Inception in itself.
Inception itself. It's almost as Inception as when Patrick Swayze speaks over himself singing "She's Like the Wind" when he leaves Jennifer Grey in Dirty Dancing near the middle or whatever. She's like the wind.
Oh, speaking of Dirty Dancing, a little side note: we just finished New Girl the other day. Wonderful ending.
Yeah, it was nice.
Last series, bad series, very bad series, bad writing, bad writing.
Yeah. Megan Fox series was bad.
Yeah.
Wasn't keen on the season before that or whatever with.
No.
I mean and why? I know it's a hit. Why did they choose Green Light by Lorde for the elevator big running? Ugh. They're my fun facts.
Bowie was very fond of Lorde.
I know he was.
Yes.
As Gary Oldman said.
Yeah.
What we think is what he thought was the history of music, the future of music, Lord. And she sung it okay. Tom's big question. Which period would you want to go back to, Will?
Oh.
I say that like it's a bad question, but it's the only question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got 2 more.
There's a few. I've got extremes. Like, obviously, I think... right on No Man's Land. No, that exact period, sort of with all the writers and that's lovely. And also ancient Egypt. I love ancient Egypt. Is, as many people know, my favourite era. Because I could go and meet the aliens.
That was always Christopher Lloyd's big hope for a Back to the Future film. He always wanted. No, it was Rome. Which was it? I can't remember whether it was Egypt or Rome. He had a big fantasy for them to do it. I can't remember whether it's Rome or Egypt. I'll have to do my research. I think I'd do a New York period. I'd either do the 50s and see all those original Tennessee Williams productions.
Well, go into Hooverville.
Yeah. Cold, hungry, restless. Today we're living here. Whatever. Yes, and then all the 70s, I think. Period.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Is it just me, or has Rachel McAdams never looked better than in this film?
She does look great in this film.
Are you still going to say About Time?
We can say this film. She's great in everything, isn't she?
She is. Who was your favourite? I've put old character, but who was your favourite real life person on screen?
Hemingway.
Yeah, it is so.
He's
close,
very, very
close
good.
Second. Dali. I simultaneously want more Dali, but I simultaneously it's.
His accent reminded me of what's he called? The guy who voiced Apu.
Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria in
Not anymore.
Not anymore. In Along Came Polly, where he's on the beach and he's like, "Have you heard the tale of the hippopotamus?" Yeah, it's very good.
Good stuff. Good shit. Synopsis of a sequel. What happens next after this film? Does Rachel get with Michael Sheen? Does he leave his wife?
Gets with Michael Sheen, but then turns out he's like an evil guy that knew about the time travel the whole time, and he's been messing with periods of history, and it's up to Owen to go back, and they're having like back in time duels, and it's all, and then at the end he wins Rachel McAdams back, and then they live together in the past for the rest of their lives.
And then Marion Cotillard comes out and he's like, "Bitch, I thought you had stolen my man. Her, you have left me for her. She is evil." Poor Leah Seydoux. There's a change. It sort of feels a little bit.
It does, because you only meet her twice. You only meet her twice.
It's a bit rushed. It's a bit.
Why is she on the bridge? Oh,
she's walking
it's
home.
a coincidence.
I've just met my friends at the restaurant. I'm walking home.
No.
What's wrong with that accent?
Bad.
I'm walking home. Just met my restaurant friends. It's like Cartman doing a French accent. Like, friends, I just met my restaurant friend. I don't want the Sony handy book. Will, do you have any other French accents you want to do?
No. I'm Frenched out.
I'm all Frenched out. Next week, next episode, penultimate Woody, for now. Everything you always wanted to know about sex but too afraid to ask. Hilarious. Great stuff. Will, now that it is firmly at number 6, your preferred Parisian film to Ratatouille.
It's true. No, what's the best film set in Paris? I can't say Ratatouille. I might have to change that.
No, you're not. Yeah, leaving it there. Here's a question. I mean, it's tough because you've only seen 5 of his films. 4 of his films. Do you see Woody in your? Do you see some wood in your future? Do you see Woody creeping into your top 10?
I mean, he's already in there.
No, directors.
Oh, yeah, I can see it creeping in. He popped up on par. I did like a spreadsheet, and I said, what came up in my top 200 the most?
You've done your top 200 films?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll have to be an episode. I'll have to go through them. Well, we'll see. But it's been a pleasure, William.
It has.
It has indeed. We won't bond you. What is goodbye? Au revoir.
Au revoir. Bon appétit.
Indeed. Au revoir. Bon appetit, everybody. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.